Welcome in, everybody, to another deep dive. We are diving into the Cochise Buzz this week.
Ooh, exciting.
Yeah, it's a pretty interesting publication, like a community newsletter type of thing.
Yeah.
You were talking like, events and classifieds and announcements.
The pulse of the community.
Yeah, exactly. So like last week, we were looking at some pretty, national and international kind of sources.
Big picture stuff, yeah.
This week, we're bringing it right down to the local level.
I love it, yeah. Getting into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, and seeing, how folks are living life day to day in Cochise County, Arizona.
That's what I love about these deep dives. You never know what you're going to find.
Exactly.
It's like a treasure hunt every time.
All right, well, let's jump into it then.
Yeah.
What jumped out at you when you first took a look at this?
Well, right off the bat, the music scene in Cochise County looks pretty lively for a more rural area. They've got a good mix of stuff happening this week.
Like a little something for everybody.
Exactly. Yeah, like Astra Kelly, for example. She's playing at the Landmark Cafe on Friday the 31st.
Oh, yeah, she's the one on that Making Music tour, right?
That's her, yeah. She's got this really interesting blend of rock, blues, and folk.
I wonder if they have like a good sound system at that Landmark Cafe. I've never been there.
Well, what's really interesting is they're actually pairing her performance with an all-you-can-eat fish and BBQ dinner.
Oh, wow. That's a pretty good deal.
Right. It makes you wonder if that's a common thing there. Maybe they're more into like a laid-back dinner and a show kind of vibe.
As opposed to like a packed club with a mosh pit or anything.
Exactly, yeah. But hey, if you're in the mood for something a little more high energy on that same night, you could check out the Nightlife Band over at the Urban Axe Yard in Sierra Vista.
Oh, yeah. Those guys seem like they play everything under the sun.
I know, right? Classic country modern hits, disco, rock metal, R&B, you name it.
It makes you wonder if they're really good at all those genres or if they're still trying to find their niche.
Well, maybe they're just catering to a crowd that enjoys a bit of everything.
Yeah, good point.
I mean, Urban Axe Yard seems to be the place to be for entertainment in Sierra Vista. They've got axe throwing escape rooms and even music bingo on Mondays.
I saw that music bingo sounds pretty fun.
Right. And then on Tuesdays, they switch it up with pub quiz trivia.
So basically, if you're looking for something to do any night of the week, Urban Axe Yard's got you covered.
Pretty much, yeah. But hey, if you're more into like a classic oldies vibe, there's also a duo playing on Saturday, Mike Presley and Jeanette over at Mandela Bar and Grill.
Oh, yeah, they do like Elvis and Roy Orbison, right?
Yeah. And Patsy Cline, all those good old classics.
That sounds like a fun night out.
And then for something a little more off the beaten path, you could always check out the Arizona Folklore Preserve in Ramsey Canyon. They've got live music on Saturday and Sunday afternoons.
Yeah, but they don't really say who's playing, do they?
No, it's kind of a mystery. Maybe they like to keep people guessing.
Maybe. Or maybe they just want people to trust their musical taste.
Yeah, maybe it's like a come and be surprised kind of thing.
That's cool. I like that. But music isn't the only thing happening in Cochise County this week.
Oh, definitely not.
What else caught your eye?
Well, there are a bunch of family-friendly events going on, too.
Oh, like what?
Well, the Sierra Vista Women's Club is hosting a read-around event at the mall at Sierra Vista on Thursday.
That sounds fun. What is that exactly?
So it looks like they're going to have a book reading about a mustronaut, which sounds pretty adorable, and then some rocket painting activities, and even free copies of a book called Curious Kids, Stars, in Space.
That's a really cool way to get kids excited about reading and learning.
Right. And it's free, so why not?
Totally. Anything else for the little ones?
Well, not exactly for little ones, but the Black Excellence Hair and Fashion Show on Saturday sounds pretty awesome.
Where's that one at?
It's at El Mercado Manny's Farmers Market in Sierra Vista, and it looks like it's not just about fashion. They're also raising money to support people going to college. Oh, wow. That's fantastic. So it's like a celebration of culture and community and education all rolled into one.
Exactly. Sounds like a really positive event.
It does. And you know what else sounds fun? That Mrs. Roper's 70s themed disco party.
Oh, yeah, I saw that one too. Where is that again? It's at As Hops and Vines in Sonoyta on Saturday.
Oh, Sonoyta. I love that town.
Me too. It's so charming. And can you imagine all the 70s outfits people are going to come up with?
Oh, I know, right? I'm already picturing the platform shoes and the bell bottoms.
And the afros.
Yes, it's going to be a blast.
So if you're looking for something a little more low-key on Sunday, there's always beer yoga at Bone Dry Tap House in Sierra Vista.
Beer yoga? What's that all about?
So basically you do yoga and you drink beer at the same time.
Huh. Interesting. Sounds like a recipe for disaster.
Well, they say it's beginner friendly, so I guess you don't have to be a yoga expert.
Maybe I'll have to give it a try.
You should. It could be fun.
All right, I'm convinced. So we've got music. We've got family fun. We've got yoga and beer. What else could Cochise County possibly offer?
Well, you know what they say. There's something for everyone.
That's true. And speaking of something for everyone, let's move on to the next section of the Cochise Buzz, shall we?
All right, what do we got? Games, entertainment. Give me the scoop.
You got it. Let's dive in and see what other treasures we can unearth.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Let's go. All right, so we've got like the fun stuff covered, right? The music, the events.
Yeah, it looks like Cochise County knows how to have a good time.
Definitely. But the Cochise Buzz isn't just about fun and games. It's also like, you know, a source. Things are still moving and changing. Progress marches on.
It does. It does. And speaking of change, there's a job posting that really caught my eye. Cochise Family Advocacy Center.
Oh, yeah.
They're looking for a sexual assault nurse examiner.
That's such a, you know, it's a vital role, like anywhere, but especially in a more rural area where access to those kinds of services can be harder.
Exactly, yeah. And they highlight all these qualities they're looking for in the ad, like empathy, patience, cultural competence.
Wow.
It's clear they're not just, looking for someone with clinical skills, but someone who really understands the needs of the community.
It's heartwarming to see that. Makes you realize, that even in a place that's known for its fun and laid-back vibe, there are still people dedicated to, to addressing the tough stuff.
To the hard realities, yeah, absolutely.
Okay, well, let's maybe lighten the mood a little bit, huh? Remember that Fiesta wear collection we were talking about in the classifieds?
Oh, yeah. That vintage Fiesta wear.
I know. So colorful.
Gorgeous, so charming.
Well, get this. There's an ad for custom-made oil pastel portraits.
What?
Yeah, like a nationally recognized, nationally award-winning artist.
Oh, wow.
They'll work from your photos, frame the finished piece.
That's so cool. It's like, capturing a memory in art.
Exactly. It's beautiful. And it also reminds us that talent can be found, anywhere.
Right. Not just in big cities.
And speaking of local talent, there's an ad for Jacob's Music Shop.
Oh, nice. Always good to support local businesses.
Right. They're open, looks like several days a week. And for folks who maybe need a helping hand, Southern Arizona SHS offers companionship and daily assistance.
Oh, wow. So that's like meal prep, pet care, that kind of thing.
Yeah, all that stuff.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
It's those kinds of services that really make a difference in people's lives.
Yeah, and it's a reminder that, a thriving community isn't just about, flashy events. It's about those support systems that make everyday life possible.
Absolutely. And, it's great to see those businesses that have been around for ages, too.
Yeah.
Like Canyon Country 97.7 FM.
Oh, yeah.
Legendary country and recent hits.
They've been a staple in Cochise County forever.
Right. And Cochise Pool Service.
Keeping pools happy for over 3 decades.
Exactly. It's heartwarming to see that kind of longevity,
Yeah, it shows a real connection to the community. And speaking of new additions, there's an ad for a new wine tasting business.
Oh, wow. What's it called?
Arizona's Finest.
Ooh, classy. Makes sense, though, with all those vineyards popping up around Sonoyta.
Right. It seems like Cochise County's always, adding something new to the mix.
Keeping things fresh. You know what else seems to be booming?
What's that?
All the home improvement services. Looks like folks are gearing up for those spring projects.
That's true. Yeah, there are a ton of listings, like One Call for All AZ.
Oh, yeah. They're offering some great discounts.
Yeah, like 15 to 20% off for bundled projects, plus an extra 10% for their beginning of the year savings.
That's a steal. Smart marketing, too, tapping into that post-holiday motivation,
Oh, definitely. And for those big jobs, Tyler's Yard, tree and landscaping services.
They do it all, don't they?
Trimming removals, stump grinding. They've got like all the heavy equipment.
Must be a lot of demand for that kind of service with all the trees and wide open spaces out there.
And then there's scooping poop.
Scooping poop? What's that?
Pet waste removal.
Oh, you know what? That's actually brilliant. So many people don't want to deal with that.
Yeah. And it's a perfect example of, entrepreneurial spirit finding a need and filling it.
Absolutely. And hey, if you need a fresh coat of paint, Sonoran Painting has been around for 25 years.
Yeah. And they have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau.
That's a good sign.
And for those smaller repairs, there's one handy for U Home Repair LLC.
Oh, yeah. What kind of stuff do they do?
Garages, kitchens, bathrooms, you name it.
It's great to have someone you can trust for those little things you know.
Exactly. Then we've got AAA Quality Work for Less LLC. Their motto is, you name it, I can do it.
Wow. Talk about confidence. So what do they do?
Let's see, painting, remodeling, stucco, pavers, roofing, the list goes on.
Sounds like they really can do it all. That kind of versatility is super valuable.
Especially in a place like Cochise County, where maybe specialized services aren't as readily available. Oh, and there's Aaron's Home Repairs. They've got 25 years of experience.
Oh, wow. Another veteran. They must have seen it all.
Right. Plumbing, electrical, tree trimming, even evaporative cooler service.
Wow. So if you're looking for experience, that's the place to go.
And let's not forget about keeping things clean. Sierra Vista, window cleaning.
Window cleaning. Do they do other stuff too?
Yeah, they do house cleaning and junk removal.
Nice. Looks like they've got great reviews online too.
Yeah, high ratings on Google. Finally, for those inevitable appliance breakdowns, we've got American Appliance Service and Parts.
Another long timer, I bet.
Locally owned and operated since 1976.
Wow. They've probably seen every type of washing machine malfunction in history. It's amazing, isn't it?
It really is.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered everything from construction notices to pet waste removal. But there's one more section of the Cochise buzz we need to explore. Real estate. Ready to see what's on the market this week?
Oh, absolutely. Always curious to see what's happening in the real estate world. What kind of properties are people looking for? What are the prices like? It really gives you a sense of the community.
Yeah, it's like a glimpse into the dreams and aspirations of the people who live there. And this week's buzz has some interesting listings.
Like what?
Okay, first up we have Nancy Rea, a local realtor.
Oh, nice.
She's inviting readers to let's talk about their real estate needs.
Yeah.
She emphasizes her experience and her commitment to going above and beyond for her clients.
That's so important, finding a realtor you can trust, especially in a market you might not be familiar with.
Yeah. And then for those who are maybe looking for more affordable options, there are a couple of ads for apartment complexes in Wilcox.
Oh, cool. Wilcox is a nice town. What are they called?
Wilcox Apartments and Wilcox Villa Apartments.
Okay. And are they comparable?
Well, Wilcox Apartments seems more geared towards families, you know. They mentioned spacious floor plans, a playground, washer-dryer hookups.
Sounds nice. And what about the other one?
Wilcox Villa Apartments is a federally subsidized complex. So probably stricter income requirements, but it's good to know those options are out there,
Absolutely. It's all about having choices, right?
Exactly. Then there's this super simple listing for land for sale in Elfrida.
Oh, wow. Just land.
Yeah. Just a phone number, no website or anything. It's like a blast from the past.
Maybe they're targeting a specific kind of buyer, someone who's less, tech savvy.
Maybe. Or someone who just values simplicity. And we've got a couple of auction listings, both handled by Williams Auction, one in Douglas, one in Elfrida.
Oh, auctions can be so exciting.
Right. There's always that element of, the unknown.
Totally. So what kind of properties are they?
Well, the Douglas property is a smaller lot, good for like a starter home or if you're looking to downsize.
Okay, makes sense. And what about the one in Elfrida?
Now, this one's pretty cool. It's a 74-acre ranch.
Whoa, 74 acres. That's huge.
Yeah. Irrigated land, water rights, a main house, a guest house, outbuildings. It's like a whole self-sufficient little world.
Wow, someone's going to be living the dream.
Right. So I think we've officially covered every page of this week's Cochise Buzz.
We have. It's amazing what you can learn about a place just by reading their local publication,
Yeah, it's been quite the journey. Music, events, community news, classifieds, real estate. That's like we've gotten to know Cochise County inside and out.
We really have. We've gone way beyond just the surface level,
Totally. Wow, I feel like we just took a whirlwind tour of Cochise County.
I know, right? It's amazing how much you can pack into just one community newsletter.
It's more than just a newsletter, though, right? It's like you said, the Cochise Buzz is the pulse of the community.
Exactly. It tells you what people are talking about, what they're interested in, what's important to them.
Yeah, and one thing that really struck me is how Cochise County seems to be straddling this line between, embracing progress and holding on to that small town charm.
You see it everywhere, right? Like those construction notices for the highway expansion. But then you also have those businesses that have been around for decades, the pool service, the radio station.
Yeah, like Cochise Pool Service has been around for over 30 years.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's like they're saying, we're growing and changing, but we're not forgetting our roots.
And speaking of roots, the emphasis on supporting young people was really cool to see. Like all those events and programs for kids and teenagers.
Oh, yeah, like that read-around event and the Black Excellence Hair and Fashion Show. It's like they're investing in the future of the community.
Definitely. And it's not just about, academics or job training. It's about fostering creativity and cultural awareness and a sense of belonging.
Right. It's about giving young people the tools they need to succeed in life. And Another thing that impressed me was the entrepreneurial spirit.
Yeah, all those small businesses and services.
People are really hustling out there, like that custom oil pastel artist and all those handyman services.
Like that guy whose motto is, you name it, I can do it.
Yeah.
It's like they're not afraid to get their hands dirty.
Exactly. It's a can-do attitude that I really admire. And speaking of getting your hands dirty, let's talk about those home improvement services.
Oh man, there were so many. It seems like everyone in Cochise County is either a contractor or knows a contractor.
Well, people take pride in their homes. And it's nice to see that there are so many options available, whether you need a major renovation or just a leaky faucet fixed.
Right, or even someone to scoop your dog's poop.
Exactly. There's a service for everything. And I think that speaks to the sense of community,
Yeah.
People are looking out for each other. They're willing to help each other out.
Totally. And that's really what it's all about, isn't it? Being part of something bigger than yourself.
Absolutely. So you know what I'm taking away from this deep dive?
What's that?
That Cochise County is more than just a beautiful place to live. It's a community of people who care about each other, who are working hard to build a better future.
I totally agree. It's been really eye-opening exploring this little corner of Arizona.
And who knows, maybe one day we'll even get to visit in person.
Oh, that would be awesome. I'd love to check out some of these places we've been talking about.
Me too. But for now, we'll just have to settle for our virtual tour.
Well, it's been a fun one. Thanks for joining me on this deep dive into the Cochise buzz, everyone.
My pleasure. Always a joy to explore these fascinating local sources.
And remember, folks, keep an eye out for those hidden gems in your own communities. You never know what you might find.
That's right. Happy exploring, everyone.